I'm Mike Holliday, Managing Director of Residential Estates. Alongside me we have Andrew Brassey, our
Hello.
Business Development Manager. So today we're going to be looking at the property outlook for 2025 and all the topical things that some of you may have seen out in the news and what we think is going to happen in the property market.
Well, there's probably quite a bit to talk about, Mike, on that, isn't there?
Certainly is. So 1 month in, Andrew, what's been the overall feel so far to the market?
I think if we cut that back slightly, Mike, to the last quarter of 24, this month has been a lot more active. We've seen a lot more inquiries coming through. If we look at our lead generation for this month, it's probably been as good as the last quarter of last year.
100%. We've seen it, haven't we? I mean, certainly when we looked at the lead stats for it, inquiry levels up from the last
That's
2 or 3
right,
Januaries on it. So.
And I think that shows how the market is changing and how people possibly have sat on the fence.
Yeah.
We had the election, we had the budget, and I think the budget was a key thing at the end of 30th of October, I think it was. They sat on the fence at that point and didn't get off. I think the run in the budget, Christmas, and this year is looking a lot more positive.
Just felt like the time badly, didn't it? I mean, we did a piece on the budget in probably November time, I think it was.
It was 1 month in, and I think it's important we do it a month in instead of speculating on, day one, what's it going to look like, and then to really have a clue. Far better leave it a month. Give us a feel for how the market's going, how the budget would impact on the property market.
Yeah, and I think we've seen as well, which has been quite nice, new investors inquiring. And it reminds me a little bit of just after the COVID period, when we had a lot of people who thought, actually, I wouldn't mind getting into property investment. Maybe you've been shaken up a little bit from COVID and thinking, actually, we need a secondary income. We need that to support us.
That's right. And I think you're right. I think we are seeing a lot more new investors, first-time investors coming into the market. And is that an element of the budget, some changes in the budget? We'll talk about it later, I'm sure, about the pension side of it, farming side, which impacts on yourself and your family. Some changes in there in taxation, which maybe is pulling people in thinking, actually, I'm not quite sure where my pension's going through the state. I'm not quite sure where my private pension's going or my property, because historically it has always performed.
Absolutely.